During YouTube, she announced that she's giving out gifts and medals.
Oh, again.
And
Okay.
guess she said it in the morning, so you know what that means?
Only this guy had asked for a summons.
Are they in already? No.
You know what? In the middle of, were you here in the middle of trial, that guy says, I'm gonna throw this medal.
I'm trying to,
Oh,
sometimes
She's right there, they're not here though.
you're successful and you're like.
not yet.
All right, Deputy Laura, is Mr. Myers' client on his,
I'm sorry, who?
Robert Myers' client is here on his way out?
Yeah, I mean, he went to go get him because he needs to get a leg brace.
All right,
So he needs to leave by 12, Judge.
okay, all right, we will make that happen.
Same thing for,
Okay,
yeah.
all right, and are the parties ready on your restitution hearing?
The witness.
All right, and what is the case name? Could I see the file on Abel Favela?
Yes.
Thank you. All right, the person who is on Zoom, I need you to unmute, and I also need you to show your video.
Okay.
All right, and sir, what's your name?
Adrian Rodriguez.
All right, and your client,
You said he could appear on Zoom, Judge.
it's not on,
Hey, let me.
just
No,
one,
no, no, no.
So,
No, no, no.
or I think we spoke. about
no,
it.
is this
Yeah.
Abel Favela?
This is, I believe they're.
That's
completing
the-
it.
Yes, so your client is not on Zoom yet. Do you want to call them?
Sure, I don't mind giving them a call. Do you guys have maybe
Just give us a moment, sir.
Yes, sir.
to the jail? So I can see about the-
Do you know if he's at drug court now?
I communicated, Judge, that we're gonna be having the hearing at 9, so they said that they were gonna meet with him on Thursday. That there was no interference, because I think they were planning on doing today in the morning, but they I notified them this hearing.
Okay.
This is matters been on the docket, so the court's wanting to resolve, and they say that's not an issue, that they'll meet with him on Thursday.
Okay.
Six two two six. Okay. Yeah, let me try to do this. Hold on.
She's in charge. I need to like file. Good morning, is this Oro Cortinas? This is Deputy Laura from the 187. By any chance, do you have, what's your name?
Abel Favela.
Abel Favela. Favela?
Oh,
He's back on his bike. Riding bike, full coat, full gun.
Yes, I understand.
Sorry, we're
that.
just-
Procedure,
we're usually-
procedure. Discuss.
That was found out guilty, arrested 2 weeks ago.
You have a SIN number?
Yes. 078.
078? 78.
So trying to get some more.
Okay. All right, sir, I'm going to put you in the waiting room until we're ready for you.
Thank you.
He'll be logging in shortly. He is in a lockdown unit.
All right,
So
thank you.
It's getting done, Judge.
What a waste of money that was. 21 million. Now there's about 8 lawyers, all that staff. Takes them forever to sign it out. Where did he go?
Hello, John.
Aloha. Thank you. Oh, yeah. I had in person.
I don't know. It just hasn't hit me yet.
This morning I was singing just fine.
Yeah. Well, you know what I was thinking about, Jasmine, I think her name is Jasmine Sullivan.
Uh-huh.
Check your feelings. But I'm like, yeah, that's very harsh.
Okay, well, I guess I better stay here and talk this one.
One in the bottom, one on the top. Oh, here. Second chair, okay? Second on top. Second on top. Oh, second one. I didn't make sure chunguitos, they have what, plastic?
Good. Hello.
Okay, thank you for the information.
We have him back here, it's just being in the like.
I can wait.
Now,
Sure.
Judge, may we approach?
Yes.
I just learned from SAPD Sergeant Corey Kenya
Mhm.
that Officer Ramos has experienced in medical service. He is being evaluated by doctors and.
Do we know what? Not to be doubtful, but to be doubtful in light of what he told you all yesterday. Do we know what the medical incident was? I mean, if he was training or something, did he pull a hammy?
According to Kenya, Ramos was going through some sort of physical evaluation and began to experience an elevated heart.
All right, so here's the court's question. Like, I understand medical emergency, but if his intent was never to be here at all, which it appears that it was not, because you told the court, and I told the defense so that
This
it,
morning as well.
yes, that he was not planning on being here because he had something that he was going to be at from 6 a.m. He asked the court, or you told the court, he can be here at 2 p.m. And I said, everyone should inform the court beforehand because the jury was going to be here at 9:30. So if he experienced a medical episode because he was at an event and he had no intention to appear in the court at all, then if you're asking for a continuance based upon that and he wasn't intending to be here anyway, I'm not going to grant it.
That is beyond the scope of my knowledge, Judge, and I don't think I would be able to know it without speaking with Ramos personally.
All right, well, it appears maybe that he was at another event because you informed the court that he had an event that he had to go to at 6 a.m. And now I'm being told that he had some sort of emergency in the morning at this event. It tells me that he was not planning on being here at 9 a.m. for this trial. And if anyone thinks that I'm wrong in my interpretation, please do not hesitate to tell me.
No, Judge, I think it's a reasonable interpretation. I'll confer with Sergeant Kenya further and try to gain more information.
All right, thank you. Yes.
Thank you, Judge.
Judge, can I run, reset some other cases and I'll come back up?
Oh, no, we're going to take care of this because the jury is here at
Okay.
9:30. So
All right.
we're going to take care of this before 9:30, as soon as your client comes out.
And I need to send another email.
You look so Hawaiian. I love it.
Yeah, it's.
Medical emergency. I'm gonna go to the masseuse.
Oh, no, not too. I'm not sure if he's already on Zoom right now.
No, they said they, Didn't read the email, so. I want to go get him.
Only because he's in the.
Judge, may we approach?
Yes.
I spoke with Kenya. Kenya informs me that Ramos went to his event with the intention of breaking from that event, being here at 9, and returning to it once released by.
All right, the court will hear motions and arguments from either side, and we're waiting for your client to come out.
You need him now?
Yes.
Mr. Mara, your microphone is over there.
Right there.
Right there.
Don't walk off. Like that guy in your video.
Ready on the Ruben Maldonado matter, still file connections. Should be quick, and I'm trying to get out the way. Sure.
Shit.
All right, who is here on Ruben Maldonado?
President, Your Honor,
Yes.
come up, sir.
And let me just sign in.
This judge.
And Ashley, I believe my song today is Don't Stop Me Now by Queen.
Oh, okay.
That song is very joyful. All right. So there was a bond forfeiture on this case that was issued because you did not appear for court. And that happened yesterday.
That's correct, Judge. I was made aware of the facts and circumstances as to Mr. Maldonado's non-appearance. I was here in the morning, however, it's my understanding he showed up at 1:00 p.m.
Mhm.
I believe during some portions of the jury selection.
Yes.
After,
Counsel, let's go on the record.
okay, yes, sir.
All right. Court is calling 2024 CR 011521 State of Texas versus Ruben Maldonado Jr. Can I have parties announced for the record for the state
Megan Galloway for the state.
defense?
Renee Munoz on behalf of Mr. Maldonado.
And are you Mr. Maldonado? All right. So yesterday he was scheduled to appear at 9 a.m. He was not here at 9:40. And then I do remember your client showing up sometime in the afternoon. I don't know specifically what time, but I know it was after our lunch break.
Yes, sir.
And so, I'm sorry, just one moment. This is the judge.
No problem, Your Honor.
Hello, Judge.
Yes, sir.
All right. So, Mr. Maldonado, if you want to raise your right hand for me, please. Do you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you give will be the truth and nothing but the truth, so help you God? All right, you can lower your hand, state your name for the record. All right, so is there a reason why you were late? All right. Okay, so here's the thing. When these things happen, you need to let your attorney know and you need to let the court know. Because if you would have informed the court of what was going on, then I would have known that you had a good reason for not being present and I never would have issued a warrant for you. And I don't think the state would have asked for a warrant to be issued for you if you would have kept us informed on what was going on, okay? I'm sorry about your father's passing. Defense, what are you requesting?
Your Honor, we reached out to the bond company. They're perfectly fine with staying on the bond.
Okay.
We're requesting that the bond be reinstated to that amount of 7,500, which she does have a good bond with the bond company, just if it could be reflected in the system. And to recall the warrant respectfully, Judge, she was in custody yesterday and he sees the error of his ways. And I went over the issue of communication, how that is key in this court and every other court dealing with a serious felony matter. And he understands that, and the sure is not going to be an issue. And in reference to the case, Judge, I did review the evidence. My client wants me to review it with him, but if we could be set for a plea bargain deadline, if the court is allowing him to be released on bond, a plea bargain deadline for next setting, I think we'll be able to move through this case.
All right, state any objections to the court recalling the warrant and reinstating the bond?
No, Judge.
All right, that will be granted. They'll probably release you from custody sometime at midnight. All right, I have no control over when they release you. You understand? All right. How much time are you asking for a plea deadline date, counsel?
Your Honor, I would say perhaps 3 to 4 weeks so I can show him the evidence and we can make a decision.
All right, Ms. Ferguson, if you can give me a 1-month reset for plea deadline date, please.
I can do the 15th of April.
Perfect.
All right, so we'll come back on April 15th. She's going to give you the reset form. And if there is some sort of an emergency, you need to let your attorney know and let the court know, okay? All right, thank you. You're welcome. All right, Robert Maurer, your client?
Yes, he's present, Judge.
Right. Let me just put this in the system. Recall, right. And defense, Munoz, your client, Mr. Favala, he's in the waiting room. And state, if you could call your witness back because they left the waiting room.
Funny how that works.
Yeah. All right. That's done. If you can make sure the warrant is called on that. And on this case, what case number were we proceeding on? Was it the 12230?
Yes, Judge.
All right, court is calling 2024 CR 012230, State versus Raymond McKinney. If you can come down, sir. All right, you're Mr. McKinney?
Yes.
All right, and Mr. Maurer?
Yes, Judge.
Okay. We completed jury selection yesterday. And at that time, the court informed the jurors that trial would be starting at 9:30. And I ordered that attorneys be here at 9 a.m. for any motions to suppress that were to be heard. Yesterday afternoon, the state informed me, and I let the defense attorney know, so there would be no ex parte, that their witness could not be present till 2 p.m. I informed the state that the jury had already been told to be here at 9:30. If the court would have known beforehand that their witness would not be available till 2, I would have said, all right, we'll start the testimony at 2 p.m. My understanding from state, and correct me if I'm wrong, state, the reason for your witness wanting to be here at 2 is because he had something else scheduled with his employment,
That is correct, Judge.
right? And I informed the defense of this matter, but I informed the state. Their witness needed to be here at 9 for the motion to suppress, and we were going to start jury trial at 9:30. Since that has occurred, state, what new information do you have?
That the officer, Ramiro Ramos, went to this event at 6 a.m., experienced a medical episode that was described to me by Sergeant Pena as an elevated heart rate, that he was being evaluated. I learned additional information that the evaluation is complete, that he has been cleared and does not need to be hospitalized, and that he is on his way, although he is dehydrated and will be, in Sergeant Pena's words, a little tardy.
All right, so this was scheduled at 9:30.
Judge, I'm ready to go. I'd ask the court to grant a mistrial and order the case dismissed. Since the jury wasn't sworn, I don't think the court has the authority to do an instructed verdict, but I think clearly the officer had no intention of complying with the court's order. And I'd ask the court to deny the continuance.
All right, just so the record is clear, the court, I don't think the officer was under subpoena, so the court did not order an officer to be here at a specific time, but at a specific time, the jury trial was to start, and that was to start at 9:30.
Correct.
So I want you all to take a seat. Deputy Laura, are the jurors here?
We're missing one person, Judge. The cat.
Okay. So what I'm going to do is the jurors are here. I am going to swear them in. Either your witness is going to be here or they're not going to be here. I think that would be fair to both sides.
Will the court allow me to present a motion to dismiss?
Yes,
Will the court excuse me to get it?
yes.
Thank you, Judge. May I approach?
Yes. All right. Any objections to the court signing the motion to dismiss?
No, Judge.
And what I will say for the record is, state, there's no intention that you are going to refile this case, is there?
No, Judge.
All right. So I will sign the dismissal. All right. Then the next question, we have these other cases that are pending. What is happening with those cases?
The first set of cases, the June cases, I think my intention was to do a motion to suppress based upon the stop. But I think Mr. Edelman has looked at that one and we're in concurrence about the lack of reasonable suspicion.
Yes, I intend to dismiss that case.
All right. So if I can have that dismissal.
Do you happen to have the cause number?
I can get it.
Oh, is it the 2024 CR 0?
09238. That's the one you
That's
have?
what your client is saying.
Yeah, that's correct.
Okay.
Pardon me, Judge, I need to look up the proper dismissal code.
Sure.
Judge, off the record, would it be proper for the court to let the jury know that the officer didn't show up?
Well, I'm going to talk to the jurors, and anyone who wishes to speak to the jurors may speak to the jurors.
Approach Judge.
Yes. All right, and then we have remaining um, the case ending in 200. What is happening with that case?
Sending to a trial on the judge.
All right.
We get a panel up?
Are you ready to proceed on trial today?
Unclear, Judge.
All right, if you'll check to see if you're ready to proceed on trial today for that, and if so, we'll have a panel called up.
Okay.
All right, but what I can tell you is, I know the state was intending to go on this case, and so we'll see if they're ready, and then they'll make whatever motion they want to make. If they're not, and I'll entertain that motion.
I guess, you gonna bring the jury in first, or you want me to?
Oh, no, I just go and talk to them in the
Okay.
back.
Okay, I guess, just text me, let me know if I need to come back. I'll go reset some other stuff.
All right, Deputy Laura.
We're still missing a jury judge.
All right, I'll go back there and talk to them so they can enjoy the rest of their day.
I'll let the other person for sure.
You wait to get the excuses, judge. We also have the excuses.
They need excuses. So I tell you what, come back. If you're back at 12, you can speak to the jurors as well. All right. And sir, if you'll have a seat in the box, we're going to see about this case. And Megan, I'm just waiting for your client to zoom back in. Well, I tell you what, your client was here on time. We're going to wait for your client. I shouldn't say your client, your witness. You know, every place you go now, they always say client. Even when you go to the Disney store, it's like, hi, welcome, our guest. So you want to just, do we have the, okay. Could somebody tell Robert Maurer to come back in? All right, I'm reading the motion to dismiss, and on here it says the warrant was issued and the defendant was never arrested.
Sir. They put you all here in the back.
No, so I think that needs to
Judge, may I approach?
Yes.
And as far as trial goes,
Mhm.
since we have not requested Officer Ramos for trial, I cannot state definitively whether he would or would not be available if we began today and have testimony tomorrow, or if we began today and had testimony.
No, it would be where we would begin today as far as jury selection and have testimony tomorrow.
I do not know whether we would have Ramos available.
All right, so if you can find out from the liaison, if it's possible. Yes, all right, we can proceed, if there's another officer here. Robert, I'm gonna go speak to the jurors. All right, we'll wait. Yes,
Judge,
yes.
here, Mr. Maris Villarreal. And we have a partial agreement subject to complainant witness approval.
Mhm.
And we're waiting for the phone call. Can we recall it for tomorrow because she hasn't called you?
All
yet.
right, who is your client?
Villarreal,
Could I see the file on Villarreal?
Maris Villarreal, Maris?
An MTR, Your Honor.
Yes.
Okay. And who is the attorney for Jose Macia?
Judge.
Thank you.
Good one.
You too. Deputy Mejia.
Yeah.
Make sure that McKinney doesn't go all the way back. We'll need him back. So once, yes. So once he gets that done, just have him come back.
There's also.
Oh. Jenna, somebody already put it up here on the desk for me. It was hiding under a pile of things. All right, so is your client on bond?
Say that again?
Is he on bond?
No, he's in custody, Judge.
All right, so where is he?
He's in the back.
All right, so we'll just wait for them to bring him out.
As an update for the court, we just got word the victims in the new case that we're trying to get hold of are actually children. And they're in school, and that's why we
Okay.
haven't been able to get hold of them. So it's gonna have to be until obviously they get out. So that's why if it's okay, it'd be better if we recall this to tomorrow.
No. I'm inclined to recall it.
Thank you, Your Honor.
I just want his client out and we'll discuss. So if you all can confirm, and if you could figure out if that's a good time for the witnesses you have. If you all have discussed that, and then we'll have your client brought out. All right.
But I also had, like, when he registered that username, it's like. You know what I mean? And so it's got a different.
Sure.
username, but it's like, the date that he registered it, and like June, and he has to use like his information.
Yeah.
Like that, like, you can use the website where you set up a web account. So like, I'm not like a website person, but. Right, but anyway, I tried to like dumb it down for both of us.
Okay.
So that you can look at something and know where it's going, and then I'll show you on there how you can go to like file app, and it pulls up like a whole where it is in the phone, and it's like deep in the phone, you know what I mean? So it's not like in his photo cache, some of them are, but like where they were located.
Yeah.
How it got. So anyway, I tried to like do like tell you right about washing that.
Hello.
Can I slip this to you?
Sure.
Your convenience.
All right, thank
Yeah,
you.
so Monday, 10. The only
Yes.
reason I say that.
Yes. And so we'll have him back as soon as he's finished.
All right.
Hi.
To school with Judge Bar.
Ah,
Took her next door.
oh, okay, awesome. Hi, guys.
Good morning, Judge.
Good morning. How are you doing?
Doing well. Can I approach real fast?
Yes.
We just wanted to hand this to you, invite you to our graduation. We have actually there's two letters in there for you.
Yeah.
Two graduates out of your court.
All right, and I'm opening this up without a letter opener. My mom would be very upset. I love the letters.
One of them is I was actually very proud of him how well he wrote it. It was very good for him.
It's April 23rd. I'm not gonna be here.
No.
I know, but I'm gonna write them a letter.
Absolutely.
The only reason why I'm not gonna be here is because my mom's birthday
Oh, nice.
is April 22nd. So
Oh.
I spend it with her. But but this is so awesome. I am definitely gonna write them both a letter back.
Absolutely.
But thank you all so much.
Of course.
No,
Have a good one,
otherwise I
Judge.
would love to be there. If you all are live streaming it, I will definitely watch.
I'll let you know for sure. I know we've talked about it, and if we
Mhm.
go ahead and get that set up, we'll definitely make sure that you have the link.
Okay, awesome.
you,
Thank
Judge.
you.
Oh, I was straight signature on top of it. Over here on this side.
Are you wanting my input on this? Is that why I'm here?
Let me see.
Okay.
Yes.
This way, signature on this side.
Yes.
Okay.
That's why.
That's okay. I would probably need more information.
Okay,
Like, what is his proposed, like, what is his proposed route?
all right. Well, I'll set it.
Me.
Okay, I'll set it for a hearing.
Okay, I think Danny De La Garza was he's not very anymore because he sentenced him, but
Okay,
I guess that would just be my only.
okay. All righty, I'll have them set it for hearing. All right, thanks. Have a good one.
Sure.
And I will give you the other in just a moment. All right, do you all have a specific time for Mr. Villarreal? Have you been able to reach out?
Oh, for tomorrow?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Um,
So,
whenever it's good.
I mean, is it best to hear it in the morning, in the afternoon? Will you have some information by that time?
Well, the issue is we have to wait until this afternoon. I always get a call the victims, just make sure they're okay with that proposed offer. And if it is, I think we can probably just resolve it tomorrow anytime. Should it need to be contested, I would think it has to be in the afternoon. Even if the children are in school.
All right, so let's do this. We're gonna recall this for tomorrow. And we'll set it at 1:30.
1:30.
Yes,
Thank you, Your Honor.
you're
Thanks,
welcome.
Judge. Maybe excuse.
Yes. Vashon? Villarreal, defense, if it is a contested, will you agree to have witnesses by Zoom?
No.
All right. Then,
But I don't expect it to be a contested hearing at all. I think we have good agreement and
all right, when I say witnesses by Zoom, I don't mean witnesses that will necessarily prove up the allegations within the motion. I mean probation officer.
probation, that's fine.
All right, so Vashon, if it turns into a contested, probation can appear by Zoom. But they don't believe it will be a contested.
Yes, I think we have good chance to resolve this tomorrow.
All right,
Yeah, the probation, yeah, definitely. Thanks, Judge.
okay, sure. Norma Villarreal, if you can put it on the docket for tomorrow afternoon.
Yeah.
Did you go back to Vashon?
I don't know. Is the journal open? I don't know, I think I brought it. Huh? Just go to work. You like that? Give her over there. She knows how to get in. I let her in, but I was just. Yes, it's fine. Do you have anything for both? No, we don't have anything for both. For both?
We have a computer, we have a TV, little tiny TV.
Yes.
If there's anything you want for both, pick up
Uh,
for trash.
yes, and let me show you what it is.
Okay. Oh, we
Yeah, so
That one could go too.
All right, anyone ready?
There you go. Everyone else is.
Yeah. Do you think your guy?
I called him again.
All right, you want to maybe call him from the court's number and see if he'll answer?
I called him.
Uh,
You want my phone? I have an app. From that different numbers.
Oh, the Google Voice. Something like that.
It's on for some-
Oh, wow. Oh, sorry.
1021.
Access, not privileged for that. I'm sorry.
Judge Michael De Leon speaking to jury in the tonight.
Okay. Hello.
Is that for Michael W?
Oh, yeah, just give me a moment. Let me finish this file that I have here.
No, I don't prefer it.
The funny stuff.
Probation, here you are.
Thank you, Judge.
Thank you. Welcome back. All right. And could I see the file on Michael DeLeon's client? And any other remaining files you have? Okay. All right, Patricia Adams, you come forward. Hello. Hi. Your attorney is currently in jury trial, so of course he can't be here because he's in a jury trial. So we are going to recall your case. Ms. Ferguson, put this at the end of the month. All right, so we're going to bring you back on March 31st. If your attorney wants you back sooner or if he finishes sooner, he'll have you brought over sooner. Do you have any questions?
I can't just have a court appointed attorney like
He is your court appointed attorney.
the new one appointed to me today. It's just really trying to get this over and done with because I literally just had a baby and I'm missing too much time with my kids.
No, and the reason being is because one, that same attorney is granted 10 days to prepare for trial. So if he wants to see you, Norma, what case is he trying?
I have no idea. I can ask.
All right, let's do this. Put this for the 25th and we'll see if he's able to come on the 25th. If he's not here on the 25th because he's still in trial, then he's still in trial. All right, thank you.
That he might be able to talk by really quick.
Oh. So what does that mean? All right, Deputy Laura, because then we won't have to bring him back on the 25th if he's able to drop by. Let's wait for him till 11:15.
I'm gonna go there to the 290, so what's going on?
Oh, yes, please. Thank you. All right, and then the last one we have is Favala. What do you all want to do?
Understanding what the court said yesterday.
He's coming right now, Judge. I'm sorry.
He's coming right now.
I just would say that the, complaint was here at 9 AM because we're in construction and my understanding.
I know, and counsel, you know how they say, the people say, I said what I said and I meant what I said, but there are exceptions to everything that's said. And the complainant was here on time.
I understand, Judge, and if I just may, maybe there's a compromise in the way of, since felony drug court is taking more of an interest in Judge Glenn is looking more closely.
Mhm.
If this court would consider leaving it up to Judge Glenn for him to determine restitution as opposed to this court, I think that court can assume some of the duties given permission. And I know it's kind of coming up the works
Do
here.
you mean restitution without having a hearing?
Well, Judge Glenn could have a hearing if you allowed him to have the hearing.
But I mean, you're saying Judge Glenn have the hearing without witnesses?
Um,
Because that's what he would be doing. And if He's gonna have hearing without witnesses. I can have them without witnesses if everybody wants to submit me their documentation.
No, I mean, without, and I think if the documentation the state had at this time was either like self-authenticating or like more line of business records affidavit or something like that, that it's authenticating, I wouldn't have an issue with that. It's just this one document is not itemized. It's blurry. I don't know if it's an authentic document, so that's why.
Any objections to the court reviewing the document to see exactly what it is?
No objections to the seeing.
All right, let me see what the document is.
It's very vague.
Okay. All right, so what I can tell the parties, it appears that there was $14,000, total approximately $14,000. Insurance paid approximately $12,000. So the remaining balance is $2,790. All right, in regards to that, if there is something that shows that these amounts are related to the offense, I believe that would be enough if it's related to this offense.
Right, Judge, and the only thing I've received or have reference to is just this document standing alone. And that's where I'm saying, if there was.
No,
something
I agree.
More proof, yes.
No, I agree with you, counsel. So state, do you know if there's any information you can get to show that this amount owed is related to this offense?
I can look into that, Judge, and probably issue a subpoena, but I'll call it custodian today.
Okay. So it sounds like defense is saying if you have that, because sometimes this could be an amount that's built up over time. Maybe he was here for this or something else. And then the
Yes.
insurance covered this amount, and this 2,700 may not be, the 2,700 that's remaining from the 14,000 may be something that's unassociated with this. So what we need a witness, counsel, if the state is able to give you documentation to show that this amount is associated to this offense?
There's more of an affirmative link, Judge, and some kind of more authentication. I would, leave that to the discretion of the court, obviously, but just bare bones standing alone at this point. I know it's been delayed some time already, and I do understand that he was on, and there might have been some technical issues and people work, so I am cognizant of that, Judge. So I think with the court's guidance as stated today that we can move towards it. But I'm just looking to hopefully just resolve this issue and then move on to some other clients.
Okay. All right. So state, if you're able to get that information, I know it takes some time to get that information. So if you all tell me what time frame you're wanting now, since the defense is saying, if you provide this documentation, I can review it and make a decision on whether or not this is restitution that should be owed by the defendant or not. Then we won't need to have specific witnesses here. Your client can be here, of course, and then the court can make a decision.
Yes, Judge, I would request 2 weeks just because I've been really just on just voluntarily getting to know how to do this subpoena, and so I will do that tomorrow because my advocate's not here, so she can't make it today, but she can do it tomorrow. And I'll call over there and let them know that it needs to be a priority to them.
Okay. All right. So Ms. Ferguson, on this case, for restitution, can you give me a setting in 1 month and state if you have it before that time period, then we'll take care of it before that time period.
Yes, ma'am. I'll be around, Judge.
Yes, I know you will. What date?
Let me verify that. It's just I'm gonna have vacation in May, and I think that that PGA golf tournament I'm gonna go to is during that time.
Look at him going to the golf
I'm gonna
tournament.
go at least to one major, Judge.
Yeah.
I'm the big advocate. It's gonna be in May. Can we do possibly the first week of May? I think it's May 5th through the 9th, by chance.
Yes.
Okay, perfect. That sounds good.
All right. So May 5th.
Thank you, Demalia.
All right. Thank you.
wanted to know if she might be on the route.
He hasn't, he's logged in, but the jail does not have him actually in a seat here. So if you let them know at the jail,
You want him logged in or you want me to just tell him to send it back?
they can send him back. And counsel, do you want your client by Zoom or in person?
I think in person, Judge, because just to alleviate maybe some issues with technology. And
All right.
if he is released out on bond, he doesn't show up here.
All right, thank you. All right, Patricia Adams.
She's right there, Judge. and
Yes.
We have an agreement.
Okay.
We're working on paperwork. We'd like to get it done today so we can get her out of jail.
All right, then let's,
Please.
all right, thank you. Yeah. So has your jury selection started?
The 290th delayed it an hour, so I was like, let me run over to the 187th.
Okay,
So then
awesome.
Work 'em as Adams.
Morning, Judge.
Good morning.
May we approach?
Sure.
How are you doing?
Oh, I'm doing great. How are you doing?
I'm doing okay. I have a client who's
Wait,
not
okay,
doing so
just
good.
okay?
Well, I'm doing better than your prosecutor who's doing not as good as usual. He's been better, which implies I thought that he's not doing okay. He says, no, not necessarily. I guess sometimes he's doing fantastic. Now he's doing pretty good.
Okay.
And this is not fantastic. It's not bad. I could be better. I could be worse.
Okay.
Oh, see,
I'm doing okay.
you know what? I say just keep it at this level.
I'm okay with that.
Then you won't get the bumps and the
Oh, I've
bruises.
had some bumps. Yeah.
What
I've
can I,
been low.
what can I say? I'm a man of peaks and valleys.
See, that's beautiful. That's beautiful.
So, on to what we're doing here. And first of all, let me tell you, Gabriel Diaz, he failed to appear, and so he's got bond forfeitures. He's remanded without bond. He's now in custody in Medina County
Mhm.
because he also failed to appear there in Medina County.
Okay.
So I'm wondering if you will agree to set bonds on these cases. Since he is in custody, he's just not in custody. in
All
Dade
right,
County.
so you need to talk with the coordinator to have her schedule a Zoom because I require
okay.
that they are present.
Okay.
Or you can see if Judge Nahara will hear it.
Either way, oh, there is a PF case, a pre-file case. Would
Mhm.
you be able to set it on? Because of course it's going to wind up here.
Mhm.
Would you be
No,
able to set it
yes,
on this?
yes. I'm
Um,
gonna speak to Ms. Ferguson about having him appear by Zoom.
I'll do that.
All right.
Thank you, Judge.
You're welcome.
Great to see you.
You too. Long time no see.
I know, right?
Yeah. Yes.
Hello, Miss Ferguson. How are you? You're okay.
But Sean, I am on the last episode of Wild Cards. And I'm disappointed because it's the last episode.
What?
Wild Cards. My mom said I should watch it. She said it was very good. It is very good. So it's on Prime, the first season. And then the second season, I think, is on the CW. So I love the series where they have the banter the way they had in the movies and, you know, the 40s where they would go back and forth with their bantering. So it has that, but it has mystery in it as well. Get out of town. I didn't know that. See that, Michelle, I saw the smile in your face. Did you look? He's there. They do have a scene where he's surfing. Yeah. I've read the book. I haven't seen this series, but I think there was a Handmaid's Tale that was before that one with Jeremy Irons, I think was in it. Am I right on that? I don't know, but I haven't watched the series. Everyone tells me the series is good.
Yes. With all these shows that are, I have a lot of shows that are trending.
Mhm.
But
Yeah.
they've waited so long in between seasons. Like Handmaid's Tale, the last season it came out almost 2 years ago.
They would do that with Outlander.
Oh, on
And how I got involved in watching Outlander, I went to speak to some students at a library. And for speaking there, they gave me a book. I'm like, oh, thank you. I love books. And I didn't realize until this series came out that it was based upon those books. I'm like, wow. The books are much better than the series, but that's usually always the case. But I will tell you tonight, my plan is to rewatch American Dreamer with Beth Williams, and Tom Conti. That movie is so awesome. Have you?
Williams, is that what you said?
Yes. And
Fantastic.
okay, have you ever seen American Dreamer? Oh my gosh, you gotta watch it. Mhm. No, that's not the American Dreamer. It's a different one. This American Dreamer is probably from the late 80s. In it, Michael, Jo Beth Williams' character, she ends up having a head injury. And so she thinks she's a character in the book, but it is awesome. It's funny, it's great. There's a scene in it where this lady said her husband chained himself to a tree in a lightning storm and dared the lightning to strike him. So she was trying to tell her son, so, you know, being wild and free, that's not, you know, that's not a problem.
Oh, that's what you said.
Yes.
Now that one's more glamorous.
Mhm. All right, and they are having an Easter egg hunt at Woodlake Park on April 5th, beginning at 10:30. Now they say the age groups are 1 to 12. I'm going to go out there and say that I thought this was a suggestion.
I think that would be welcome.
Yes. My mom would always be with us and we'd paint the eggs. And then the youngest children, she would always pick them up and say, do you see something right there? And it's like, yes. And it never would fail. We would always miss an egg. And then a year later, we're like, oh, this is an egg. But you would always start out trying to do great eggs. I don't know, do they still have that carton where you can scratch designs on your eggs as well as dye them. We would do that. And then when you got tired and it got to the end, you said, let's mix a bunch of colors together and see what happens. Those were the days.
And it all turns brown.
Yes. We need to do an Easter egg hunt for the courtroom.
Every time my great grandson plays with his Play-Doh, he starts mixing them all together. And I used to be a hairdresser, so I know everything turns brown and it's all primary color. I'm like, don't mix them. It's just gonna be Bucky brown.
Yes. So y'all ready on this plea? Oh, you all are doing the paperwork.
Just
Okay.
finishing your.
Oh, no, I was just wondering.
Clerk informed me that because only the count two offense
Mhm.
was listed,
Yes.
that they cannot dismiss the count one. So
Okay.
I asked Mr. Mauer, if he's all right with me adding the count one,
Mhm.
he said yes.
Okay.
There we go.
All right. Awesome.
Second, for Mr. McKinney is 012200.
Mhm.
My preference is to finish going through his jail calls, since there are 117 of them. However, Mr. Mauer's preference is to get this done as quickly as possible. I believe that Officer Ramos will be available tomorrow. Relatively easy to get a fingerprint examined.
All right. All right. So we can do jury selection today.
1:30.
Yes, 1:30.
And what time would we begin testimony on Thursday?
1:30.
1:30. All right.
All right. But just so, yes,
Majors.
let's have 70 come up.
70.
Yes.
You were about to say that?
No. We'll have 70 come up and check to see if your client is here, because I know he'll still need to do everything that he needs to have done with as far as his medication is.
Yeah,
He's not here.
Okay.
I'll just have to do the election for punishment form.
Okay. All right. And then for voir dire, 15 minutes each.
I mean, well,
You all know the reason why I'm saying that is because he has the medical appointments that he has to go to, and we need to have him there at a certain time period.
and the MAC asked why I submit 2 vouchers.
Yes, I will sign them.
Robert, can you come watch me learn how to do it?
Yes. Have a good one. All right. Thank you. And when everybody comes back tomorrow, I'm going to expect a book report on American Dreamer starring Joe Beth Williams. People are still upset with the people who murdered Caesar to this day.
Well, yes.
Okay, I love the salad there.
Oh gosh, they have flowers laid for him and people will come up and give him flowers, but the other people, no.
Now, there's one other thing to discuss.
Yeah.
And that is redactions. Keep the sections muted where they are.
Yeah, that's perfect. Yeah, that's actually, that's very functional.
All right, so after we do this plea, then we can take our recess and we'll come back for jury selection at 1. And Norma,
Yes, sir.
if you'll have them to tell the jurors to be up here at 1 p.m.
1 p.m.
Yes.
Okay, look. Yeah, let me call you right back.
Yeah, the other case is the 12200, right? Is the one we're doing?
Yes.
Okay.
Thank you. Bye.
And I'm doing that so that we can get him back in time for his medical treatment.
The search of his pockets begins at the 6-minute one.
Okay.
But you don't actually see any drugs come out of his pockets. Okay, so just cut off the video at the 6-minute one.
That's right.
Hold on.
I get that. Okay, thank you. No.
Sure.
I don't see it. You can see it.
Yeah, I probably want that. Muted.
Well, that's included.
You know, mute, okay.
So it should be 5 going down.
So. Also, this one, it's just not.
Yes.
Okay, that should be 5 and 7. 5, 7.
This
So everything after that becomes irrelevant. Okay.
perfect. Sounds good to me. Is it, y'all lock up, I'm gonna leave, just leave my
Yes.
stuff here.
And if you want, you can put it up here.
Okay.
Judge, they
Yes.
said that they usually send the jurors to go to lunch between 12 and 1. Do you want them just to report up here or report
Yes.
downstairs
Yes.
first and then bring them up?
Report up here at 1.
Report up here.
Yes.
They're gonna need the people with their.
All right, thank you.
Make sure I get credit for 2 trials the next time I come back.
Okay, I will.
Want some extra credit?
She said that you can just let them know to report up here. Thank you so much.
And then we can take an early lunch break.
About that yesterday.
May I put you on real quick?
Yes.
I ask what happened to the TV notes over here, because I think that there was a device that a former prosecutor had left on it that we're trying to.
Oh, Deputy Laura would know. I have no idea about where equipment goes.
With what?
Know where the TV was pointed to.
What do you need a TV for?
Ray. But just. Trying to locate
It was IT ticket.
IT.
Yeah, IT was the one that came in, they fixed it last week. And they fixed everything they could get.
All right, court is calling 2025. Where's, CR 001442 State versus Patricia Adams. Can I have parties announced for the record for the state?
Rick Pena for the state of Texas.
Defense.
Michael DeLeon for Ms. Adams.
And are you Patricia Adams?
Yes, ma'am.
Counsel, have you received all discovery? Did you review it with your client?
We have, Your Honor.
Court will find that the state is in compliance with discovery. Ms. Adams, did you review the document entitled Application for Deferred Adjudication or Community Supervision with your attorney? Did you understand it? Did you review the true bill of indictment with your attorney? Did you understand it? Counsel, do you waive the reading of the indictment?
We do, Your Honor.
State, are you proceeding on the indictment as presented?
Yes, we are, Your Honor.
Did you review the court admonishments with your attorney? Did you understand it and did you sign it in all the appropriate places?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you understand you're charged with assault, family, household, or member with a previous assault conviction? That's a third-degree felony. Range of punishment is anywhere from 2 to 10 years in prison and up to a $10,000 fine. If you have a plea bargain agreement with the state, the court does not have to follow your plea. If for any reason the court does not follow your plea and gives you more than you bargained for, the fact that you entered a plea will not be used against you and you will be allowed to withdraw your plea. Did you understand? You have a right to jury trial, a right for you or your attorney to cross-examine and confront any witnesses the state would call, and the right to remain silent. By entering this plea, you were giving up those rights. Did you intend to give up those rights and enter into a plea in this case? Did you understand if the court were to grant your application for deferred adjudication, if for any reason your deferred adjudication were revoked, the court could find you guilty and sentence you up to 10 years in prison and up to a $10,000 fine? Did you understand?
Sure.
Counsel, has your client been able to provide you with any defenses?
Yes, Your Honor.
Do you believe she has a rational as well as a factual understanding of the charges against her?
I do.
Do you believe she's currently competent and was legally sane at the time of the offense?
I do.
Ms. Adams, has anyone threatened you, coerced you, or placed you in fear to get you to enter this plea?
No, Your Honor.
Anyone promised you anything other than the plea?
No.
Are you satisfied with the way you've been represented?
Yes, ma'am.
Are you a U.S. citizen? Court will find that defendant has knowingly and voluntarily waived her right to jury trial. Did you review the plea bargain page with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes, ma'am.
According to the plea, there's a $1,500 fine. State recommends deferred adjudication. There's an affirmative finding of family violence, and there's to be no contact with the complainant. Did you understand with an affirmative finding of family violence, you're not allowed to own or possess any weapons or ammunition?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you understand with an affirmative finding of family violence, you're not allowed to be designated as primary custodial parent? Did you understand that to be the entirety of your plea?
Yes, ma'am.
Defense, is that the plea?
That's correct. Your
State,
Honor.
is that the plea?
It is, Your Honor.
Did you review the waiver of appeal paragraph with your attorney? Did you understand it? Did you sign it in both places?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you understand by signing that you're waiving your right to appeal? The only items that can be appealed are written pretrial motions that have been filed, heard, and ruled upon by the court. Did you understand? Counsel, have there been any such motions?
No motions, Your Honor.
Outside the agreement, the state is recommending that your deferred adjudication be for a term of 3 years, 150 hours of community service restitution, the HMAC, and TAP evaluation, and follow all recommendations. Did you understand those were recommendations from the state and the court does not have to follow those recommendations? All right, what is HMAC?
Hostility Management Area Control.
All right, people love their acronyms, right?
In speaking with probation, I probably should have spelled it out.
No. I always like to know.
I didn't know what it was either, Your Honor.
Okay,
If we want to go off record real quick, I can probably.
I'm sorry.
If we want to go off record real quick, I can probably explain what it is to answer.
Oh, no, I know what the anger and hostility course is. I just didn't know those were that was the acronym.
Okay.
So, all right. My motto is always, if you don't know something, ask. I always tell my students, what's a dumb question is not asking, is the unasked question. Everything else, we're finding out information. So I've learned something new today. All right, so to the offenses charge, how do you plea?
No contest.
All right, state any evidence?
Yes, Your Honor. At this time, state offers into evidence, State's Exhibit 1 with all attachments.
Any objection?
No objection, Your Honor.
All right, and state, have you spoken with the complainant?
We've attempted to, Your Honor.
All right, state, you may be excused. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
And state, you can be excused. This is the last case we have for today. All right, thank you. All right, did you review the document entitled Waiver and Stipulations with your attorney? Did you understand it and sign it in all the appropriate places? Again, did you understand you have a right to jury trial, a right for you or your attorney to cross-examine and confront any witnesses the state will call them the right to remain silent? Did you understand that today the state will be presenting evidence in the form of witnesses' statements and police reports, but most importantly, there will be no live testimony? Did you understand? Court will find that defendant has knowingly and voluntarily waived and consented to stipulation of testimony and stipulations. Court will accept into evidence states exhibits 1 and attachments, and the court will review the same. All right, after reviewing states exhibits 1 and attachments, the court will find there is sufficient evidence to find you guilty. The court will defer finding of guilt as you apply for deferred adjudication. Are we proceeding with sentencing?
We are, Your Honor. I do have one ask.
Yes.
Ms. Adams is in yellow because she recently had a baby a month ago at the
Mhm.
jail. So she's currently not working right now. We were wondering if the court would be consider probating any of that fine, 1,500. That was my big ask because she's getting back on her feet as far as when she's out. And we're asking the court to grant her application for deferred and to allow her to do the TAP evaluation outside of jail.
All right, I'll probate the entire fine. So here's my question. I read this police report. Why are you hitting on your mom?
Your Honor, it was honestly, she assaulted my dad and I kind of acted on fear, heard my dad screaming, so that's the reason why I kind of assaulted my mom.
Well, that's not kind of, and it doesn't
Well, I
mention that in here. And what, your father, is that Mr. Adams?
Yes.
All right, that's not what he says in this police report.
Well, that's what happened in the true situation.
Why are you living with them?
At the time I was staying with them because my dad had lost his social security and my mom was the only one that had social security. And I was trying to be my dad's provider. So that was that situation and money became an argument in that.
No, that's not what she's saying. She's saying you wanted to lay in bed with her. And she said no.
Your Honor, I have my own air mattress. I didn't have to lay with my mom.
So, I mean, do you want a jury trial? Because it's sounding like counsel, she's saying none of this is true because in the report, it says that your mother had a swollen, busted, and bloody lip, that the officer immediately noticed it. She declined medical attention, and she stated that you had been staying at the motel with them. Victim states that you and her do not get along. It says that you went to lay in the same bed as the victim, and the victim told you to get up and move, and that caused an argument. Victim stated that she attempted to leave the location multiple times, but the suspect, that's you, was not allowing her to walk out the room. Suspect pushed victim multiple times away from the door, then punched her in the face one time with a closed fist. Suspect then grabs the witness's cell phone from the bed and fled the location. Witness 1 witnessed the assault and stated that suspect did push the victim and punch her in the face. Witness is disabled and bedridden. Victim provided information on suspect, and after running her information through CAD, it was determined she had a prior conviction of family violence. Then, are you saying that you didn't take your father's cell phone?
It was mine and I had literally just got paid that day. So that's the only reason why I took my phone back.
All right, they're saying it's his phone because they said, I contacted the suspect over the phone with the phone number provided. That was witness's cell phone. And it says, you state, I'm not coming back to the location and I did not assault the victim. And it says in here that you told them that the victim purposely hit herself to make it look like she was assaulted. And now you're telling me something different. That's,
I didn't call on saying that she hit herself. I
That's-
admitted to the police officer on the phone that I did assault.
no, that's not what this says, unless you're telling me the police officer just like, let me make something up in this story and put in here that she said she never hit her and that the victim hit themselves.
Judge, I've had extensive conversations with Ms. Adams about the particular situation. And while there's some dispute about the factual situation, overall, what it boils down to, and Ms. Adams agrees, is that she did hit her mother. That did occur. Circumstances around it are a little fluid, but overall, she does want the court to proceed with deferred adjudication. And she believes she can be quite successful on deferred.
How old is your mother?
She was born in 75.
All right, how old are you?
25.
You shouldn't be hitting on your parents. You shouldn't be hitting on anyone. And honestly, I don't, because you have a previous conviction for assault, I don't even know why you should be trusted around children, honestly, because it appears that you have a temper. And that hasn't been sufficiently addressed because you're here for another assault. And it's another family assault. State you wanted to add something because you came up?
I did want to add that we're just requesting that the evaluation is recommended by the state be actually done in custody.
Okay. All right. Is there anything else?
Judge, we would just ask to have the evaluation done out of custody.
Right. When's the last time you had employment?
During my well, around this time, the incident,
Doing what?
my father's providing bill. It was for women.
All right, I can tell you right now, I don't allow people to be home healthcare providers for family members.
Well, I was looking for employment at fast food, honestly. And
Well, no. We start with what were you doing? And you said you were doing home health care providing work for your father. I don't allow this in this court. And to me, the home health care business is becoming akin to when we first started practicing, everybody was working at West Telemarketing. Now, home health care provider is West Telemarketing for felons. I don't allow people who are on felony probation to be home health care providers. They need to get a job. And home health care providers need to quit just looking at the bottom dollar where they're making a lot of money. Then they just hire random people to come in and watch people. Oh, you can watch them and we'll pay you $10 an hour. And then other things ended up happening. There's no way you should be in charge of caring for anybody because you have a temper that you cannot control. And how many children do you have?
3. Well, 3 living children.
I'm sorry?
3 living children.
All right. And what are their ages?
I have a 4-year-old, a 2-year, well, a 1-year-old, and then a 1-month-old.
And who are they with now?
Right now they're with dad's custody.
All right, what does that mean they're in dad's custody? Was there a hearing? He has legal custody, or you're just like, hey, I'm going to jail, here you go?
Well, he's on the birth certificate and I'm incarcerated, so they stay with him and his mom due to my living situation with my mom.
All right, so that tells me that the grandmother is taking care of these children. I don't know why people continue to have children and then they want somebody else to take care of them. But I guarantee you, when these children graduate, when these children ended up being famous for whatever they've done, the parents who did not really care for them, they're going to be telling everybody on the planet, that's my baby. And you know what? Those children should say, no, I'm not. You didn't raise me. So in this court, you're not going to be allowed to be a home health care provider. All right, this is what the court is going to do. There's a $1,500 fine that will be probated. 4 years deferred adjudication. Affirmative finding of family violence. There's to be no contact with Norma Casillas, Caslallas, and And Tory, Tory Adams. There's to be no unsupervised contact with minors. Proof of employment within 45 days of release. There's to be no employment as a home healthcare provider or with minors. And there's to be no employment in the healthcare field at all. So these schools where people go to and they're there for 3 months and they learn how to take blood, not allowed. You understand? There's going to be 150 hours of community service restitution. I'm going to order parenting classes. Once that's complete, 50 hours will be deemed satisfied. How far did you go in school?
I got my GD.
All right, what are you planning on doing with the rest of your life?
Honestly, working and taking care of my kids.
All right, I'm going to order, if she completes trade school, 100 hours to be deducted. I'm not requiring you to get a trade school certification, but if you do, 100 hours will be deducted. Otherwise, you're going to be picking up trash off the side of the road in the heat of San Antonio. HMAC, the Batter's Intervention Program, TAP evaluation in custody, follow recs, field visits 1 time per month until further notice. Regular reporting by Zoom or in person, and regular random UAs. Probation, is there anything else?
Judge, I just wanted to, the hostility management aggression control course. It is a form of the VIPP course.
Mhm.
Both of them do have a good amount for
Which do you think would be most appropriate for her?
the hostility management aggression control.
All right, so then I will not order the BIPP. Probation, is there anything else?
No.
Is there anything else you need from the court in order to be successful?
No.
All right, did you review the document entitled Trial Court Certification of Defendant's Rights to Appeal with your attorney? Did you understand it and sign it?
It's not.
Because this is a plea bargain agreement, because I followed your plea bargain agreement, because you waived your right to appeal, you do not have the court's permission to appeal. Because this is an affirmative finding of family violence, you're not allowed to own or possess any weapons or ammunition. If you have a question over what a weapon or ammunition is, you'll need to speak to an attorney. Do you understand? All right, we can go off the record. Here's the thing. Beating up your parent, never a good thing. If you feel as though your parent has not been the best of parents to you, you're an adult. That means that, you know what, mom, dad, you were not a parent to me. So I'm no longer going to have any contact with you. But to fight with your parent, that's a no-no. Think about it. What if one of your children were to start beating you up? It's not a good thing. You need to watch the movie called Imitation of Life. It's not so much about her being physically abusive to her mom, but she was emotionally abusive to her mom. Then when her mom dies, guess what? She is running down the street, crying, telling everybody who will listen, that's her mom. We only have our parents for a small window on this planet. And trust me, if your parents are here till they're 100, it's still never enough time. So you're going to have to change your ways. You understand? All right, good luck to you.
Thank you, Judge.
Thank you.
Before they both leave.
Yes. Yes.
One, sir, over one.
That's for second visit, yes.
All right, thank you.
Same incident, Judge.